Hey, before this video begins, have you joined my Discord server yet? If you haven't joined my Discord server yet, what are you doing? Join my Discord. Hello, my name is AnniLily8, and welcome back to my long-term survival world. In the last episode, just in case you missed it, I was over here in my little campground making these fall trees. Fall is my favorite season here in real life, so I decided to spend quite a bit of time making it fall here in my campground, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks beautiful. In today's episode, though, there are a few different tasks that I would like to complete. First of which being a pitcher pod and torchflower seed farm. As a lot of you probably already know, I do have this sniffer sanctuary over here. I built this a few episodes ago, but in here I only have 2 sniffers, and yeah, they drop seeds every once in a while, but there's honestly not very much space in here for them to dig the seeds out of the ground. This sniffer sanctuary is much more for looks than it is for function. So I am going to head on over to my flower forest where I have my bamboo farm built, and I'm going to build a sniffer farm. I am kind of realizing though, as I'm halfway there, I have forgotten a very important part of the farm. I need sniffer eggs. I'm not going to be able to have any sniffers in my farm if I don't have any sniffer eggs. So I need to grab some of those seeds. I think I'm going to grab 2 torchflower seeds. Actually, I'll grab 4 because I need to breed the sniffers twice. There we go, I have 4 in here. And I'll grab 2 sniffer eggs so that I have 2 sniffer eggs over at the farm. Come on over here, guys. Let's get another egg. There you go, Snuffle and Sniffle. Are you gonna walk towards each other? Or are you just gonna try and continue to go this one way in which you don't fit? Just go around. You know what? I'm getting rid of the bamboo. The sniffers aren't exactly smart enough to go around. Did they drop an egg? That's weird. I fed them seeds. They're supposed to drop an egg after you feed them seeds, right? Did I somehow do that wrong? Make an egg, please. Why did I have to do it twice? It worked the second time. It took my seeds and everything. Well, at least now I got an egg. Pretty sure there's a little bit of a cooldown period, so I'm gonna wait here for a little while. Maybe they will drop another seed that I can use because I only have 1 left, and I will get a second sniffer egg. Now that I have both of these sniffer eggs that I need, I am going to find a place to build this farm. And I think right here in this big ol' space right next to my bamboo farm that I built a few episodes ago will be perfect. In order to build this farm, I shouldn't need to follow any kind of tutorial. It should be relatively simple. I should be able to copy the collection system I have here for the bamboo farm, and that should work perfectly for what I need. So I'm going to go on ahead and get started building. So unfortunately I did run out of rails and I had to go all the way back home to get some more, but this farm is about halfway finished now. After I get these last few rails in, I've got to make sure that the minecart goes all the way around and stops back at the hoppers and chest like I want it to, and then I will build the rest of the farm. So let's see here. I should be able to put the minecart right there, and it should go all the way around. and then hit the wall over there and come all the way back. Oh, I have to put a powered rail on the end in order for it to come back, but that will work perfectly. So let's go on in here and grab a powered rail and a torch. And right here, now there is a powered rail there, so I should be able to put the minecart there, and then it goes all the way back. Now that my collection system is working the way it is supposed to, I just need to put a layer of dirt above here, and then obviously the sniffers go above that, and then I'll build a wall around them, and this farm is complete. I think this might be the easiest farm that I have ever built. The only thing I have left to do now is wait for these sniffer eggs right here to hatch and then wait for the sniffers to grow up. And while I'm waiting for that, in my inventory here, I do have some glow lichen that I would like to place around. If I ever AFK in this area so that I can get a lot of these seeds, I don't really want a whole lot of mobs to spawn. So I'm going to try and light the place up in the least ugly way I possibly can. Now my pitcher pod and torchflower seed farm is officially complete. Next thing on the agenda for today's video is rebuilding my butcher shop. Way back in episode 2, I think, I built a butcher shop right in this spot. But in between episodes 14 and 15, I had a little bit of trouble with my hard drive and I almost lost this survival world forever. Thankfully though, back in February of 2022, somehow my dad ended up with a copy of my Minecraft world on his computer. So I was able to take that and have my world back on my own computer, which is what I'm using to play this world today. Doing that meant that I lost a little bit of progress, including a massive bridge I was working on and this butcher shop. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time to rebuild this real quick. And just like that, the exterior of the butcher shop is complete. I promise I will finish the interior at a later date, but for now I am going to move on to the next thing I want to get done in this video. And that is building a couple statues over here on the side of the campground. Right here next to the fall campground and across the street from my wood storage, I would like to put some statues just for some decoration. I was going to give credit to one specific creator who originally built these statues, but I have no idea who that would be. I've seen a lot of different variations of these statues online. Before I start building these statues, I am going to make sure that I do in fact have enough room in this space. So I'm just going to grab some of this dirt that I have in my inventory and kind of make this a bigger spot. I'm also going to get rid of some of this tall grass and these dandelions so that I have a nice clear area to work with. My two statues are going to be facing each other, so I am going to build them at the same time, starting with the legs. Gonna put a stair there with a few blocks going up here. I believe that is the first leg built, and here the second leg. I go like this, I believe. And that looks about correct to me, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, about 7 blocks away. And I want this statue on the other side to be reaching forward with the opposite foot. Before I start building that though, I think I am going to do this a little bit further back. Right there should be about good for the second statue. Perfect, now I need to build the rest of the body. Just gonna go ahead and go up 4 blocks like this. Then I'm gonna use some chiseled stone bricks for the shoulders here. And I'm gonna make sure I do that on the other side as well. And for the head and the arms, I'm gonna use light gray terracotta. And I would use stairs for the ends of the arms here, but unfortunately terracotta does not have stairs, so I'll just have to make do with a full block. And now I just need to add some final details. I think having these statues holding campfires will be very fitting because the campground is right next to them here. I thought adding an extra block here would make their arms look more normal, but I think their arms look a little bit too long now. I gotta fix that. That is much better. And in the other hand, they are each going to be holding a sword. Actually, this leg is going to be in the way, so the sword needs to be in the other hand and the campfire in the other hand. The swords are going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to put chiseled deep slate in the center here, and then deep slate brick walls all around there. And that kinda sorta looks like a sword. I think these 2 little statues here fill up this space very nicely. To really finish it off and make it look complete, I think it needs some tall grass. So I'll just place some bone meal around here real quick. I don't like the super tall ones, so I like to break those. There we go, I think that looks so much better. Before I kind of felt like it was missing something. In between recording everything else for this video, I've been trying to spend as much time at this sniffer farm as I possibly can so that I can get as many pitcher pods as I possibly can. I've already gathered a whole stack and planted them down and letting them grow, and now I have another 41 more. The stack of pitcher pods that I collected earlier are right over here by the sniffer sanctuary growing. So I'm going to go ahead and pick all of the flowers that have grown to their full capacity and then plant down these 41 other pitcher pods. Now I'm going to do what I said I was going to do a few episodes ago and place these pitcher plants all around my castle walls. I'm really hoping that this stack and 18 will be enough. We'll have to wait and see. Thankfully, 68 pitcher plants was enough to go around. I have 14 left to spare. And of course, the extra pop of color makes my castle look absolutely beautiful. That is going to be all the time I have left for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification icon so that you never miss when I upload. And of course, I will see you in the next episode. Bye!